Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine. Today I'm sharing with you a really simple Afghan chicken recipe. The first thing we're going to do is cut up our chicken leg thigh. I'm going to remove some of the fat and then cut up the pieces into large chunks. Now this recipe works amazing for grilling, but we are going to be doing this in the oven. So it makes it really simple for most people to do this in their home. However, it does not taste as good when you cook it in the oven versus on a grill. I am juicing 2 lemons. This is going to be part of the marinade for the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and drizzle that on top while I prepare some of the other ingredients. I'm also going to toss those into my compost bin. I'm starting out with 2 teaspoons of black peppercorns. I'm going to add this to a little blender that I use just for my spices. I'm adding the salt to my blender as well, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. I don't need to add the spices that are already ground, but I'm just going to add them anyway to get them nice and blended. I've added some paprika, and now I'm adding some coriander seeds as well as coriander powder. The complete recipe is on the blog post that accompanies this video. You can find that link in the description box below, and you can also find more pictures and more recipes to accompany this chicken dish. I've given it a nice blend. It makes it nice and smooth, and we're going to add those fresh spices to our chicken. Before we mix in the spices, we're also going to add our garlic. I have a whole head of garlic, and I'm going to be removing the skin and smashing it up using the stone pestle of my mortar and pestle. I am using a whole head of garlic, but you can certainly modify the recipe if you'd like. You can even omit the fresh garlic entirely and use garlic powder instead. But I love the flavor of fresh garlic. Now that all of the ingredients are together, we're going to mix the chicken really well. I'm adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and alternatively, you can add some cilantro as well as onion. If you're going to add cilantro and onion, I recommend chopping it in a little hand blender. Either way, we're going to let this marinate for about 30 minutes to 2 hours. We don't want to let it go too long since we do have fresh lemon juice. After about 30 minutes, I'm going to add it to a tray. We're going to be baking this in the oven on broil, but it does taste far better if you put these on bamboo skewers and then put them over a grill. We're trying to make this easy, popping it into the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes on broil. It cooks really quickly, but you don't get that nice blackened look that you usually get when you grill this over an open fire. It still tastes delicious, and it complements some of our other Afghan recipes like our raisin and carrot rice. It is so delicious. I do hope that you'll give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make Afghan chicken. Do check out the blog post that accompanies this video where you can find more information as well as the complete recipe. You can find the link to that blog post in the description box below. And if you'd like to see what we're cooking on a daily basis, you can find me on my website at pepperandpine.com.